Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you all are fine. I'm your teacher Hina Amreen. Today in this video lesson we will learn about transitive and intransitive verbs. In our previous lessons we have already learned about the other types of verbs. In this lesson we will learn what are transitive and intransitive verbs. Before starting the topic, let's see what is the definition of a verb. A verb is a word that expresses an action or a state of being. Here in these two sentences you can notice the baby cried very loudly. In the first sentence, cried is a verb, an action verb, and which is telling that what baby is doing. The baby is not very happy. It is telling here the state of the baby, that here is used as the main verb. It is not a helping verb, and it is telling about the state of the baby. There are two kinds of verbs that are interlinked with this topic: action verbs and linking verbs. Action verbs express mental or physical action. For example, the baby cried loudly. So here the verb cried is an action verb. Linking verbs connect the subject of the sentence with a word that describes or explains its state. Here you can see the example, the baby is not very happy. So here there is no main action, so is playing the role of linking verb here. Now let's talk about the part of the sentence indirect or the direct object. There are two kinds of objects that may follow an action verb. The object that receives the direct action of the verb is the direct object. However, the object that tells to whom or for whom the action is done is called the indirect object. Friends sent Catherine the flowers. In this sentence, the main verb is sent. Flowers is direct object and Catherine is indirect object. Now let's learn the difference between transitive and intransitive verbs. Transitive verb, an action verb that directs the action from the performer of the action towards the receiver of the action. The receiver of the action is a person, place, or thing. It can be a noun or it can be a pronoun. Intransitive verb, it expresses action or tells something about the subject of the sentence but does not direct action towards another noun or pronoun. So we can say that a transitive verb is an action verb that has a direct object, and an intransitive verb has no direct object at the end of the sentence. Now here are some examples of transitive and intransitive verbs in sentences. Let's read and find out the difference. Transitive. The captain rang the bell. In this sentence, the verb is rang and it has a direct object, the bell. So that means this sentence is with transitive verb. The bell rang for dinner. Here there is no direct object for rang, the verb. So this is intransitive verb. Transitive. The captain sailed the ship. Now here the verb is sailed and it has a direct object, the ship. So this sentence has a transitive verb, sailed. The ship sailed out to the sea. In this sentence, sailed does not have a direct object, so here it is used as intransitive verb. Let's revise again the definition of transitive and intransitive verbs and see some examples. Transitive and intransitive. A transitive verb is an action verb with the direct object which receives the action An intransitive verb has no direct object. Let's see some examples here. The verbs are given read, sit, and visit. Now we are going to use these verbs as transitive and intransitive. Read. I read the book. I read quickly. In the first sentence, the book is an object, direct object, and it is used as a transitive verb. In the second sentence, I read quickly, there is no direct object, so here read is used as intransitive verb. The next word is sit. Sit cannot be used in transitive verbs because we cannot use a direct object with this verb. So it has intransitive position. They sit on the bus. So here sit is used as intransitive object. Visit. He visits the ranch. Here visits is used as a transitive verb. He visits often, and here it is used as intransitive verb. Look at this example. He wrote the manuscript. In this sentence, the main verb is wrote. What is the verb? The verb is wrote. Now you can ask yourself, he wrote, and what the person has written in the sentence. He wrote the manuscript. So here the manuscript is the direct object in the sentence, and wrote is used as transitive verb. Let's observe this example of intransitive verb. Mrs. Carper applauded. Now in this sentence, a person applauded, but it is not sure for what. So here the main verb is applauded, and you can observe here applauded for whom or applauded for what. It is not mentioned here. So that means there is no word to receive the action of the verb applauded and no direct object. Therefore, applauded is an intransitive verb in the sentence. Let's see some common intransitive verbs. The words in this list are never transitive, as we have seen the example of sit in our previous slide. Become, come, die, fall, go, happen, sit, stand, talk, wait, walk, and work. These are the verbs which cannot be used as transitive. Either they can be used as intransitive all the time. Practice makes the man perfect. Here are some sentences for you. This will help you to understand the verb as transitive or intransitive in different sentences. Let's find out. The boy ran a long distance. In this sentence, you can notice the verb is ran. It does not have a direct object. So here we can say ran is used here as an intransitive verb. The explosion sank the ship. In this sentence, the verb is sank and the direct object is ship. So this is intransitive verb. I have played piano. In this sentence, the verb is played and it has a direct object, piano. So here we can say that played is used here as a transitive verb. The boy kicked the football. Again, the kicked has a direct object, football, which shows that this is also a transitive sentence. He shouted loudly in his room. In this sentence, the verb is shouted. It does not have a direct object in the sentence. So here we can say shouted is used here as an intransitive verb. There is something behind the door. In this sentence is used here as a linking verb. So we can say that it does not have a direct object, so it is used as an intransitive verb. The last sentence is the driver stopped the train. In this sentence, the main verb is stopped and the object is train. You can see here stopped has a direct object train, which shows it is used here as a transitive verb. I am sure students you have understood well about this topic. Try to write more sentences and identify them as transitive or intransitive. Take care all of you. See you inshallah in the next lesson. Allah Hafiz. Have a nice time.